everybody, welcome back to the Yellow Butterfly Podcast. My name is Nish Smith, and for the month of October, I have Jocelyn. It's been going good so far.
It's been going great. Yeah,
I've enjoyed it.
I have too.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll keep this thing running on. Chugga lugging. Choo-choo, gonna ride a train. I ride it.
And as always, there's gonna be kids in the background, you know.
Story of life. Story
So
of
we get
life.
some babysitters.
Right. Anybody slide in my DMs? Don't slide in my DMs.
Don't do that.
That's weird. Hey, can I watch your kid?
Right.
Whoa, to catch a
Because
predator.
if it weren't,
Like, what?
who are you?
Depending on the day. Depending on the day. Because I might be like, look, come get her. Just kidding.
Just kidding. All jokes.
Yeah, for real.
Trying to be comedians out here.
Get it?
No. Okay. Anyway, in this episode, we were gonna focus on finances. Not the
To
strong-
know me is to know me.
Not the strong suit. Okay. My husband's gonna be like, really?
Like, really? That's out of all the things that you feel like you
Talk
shouldn't be giving advice on?
I never said we're gonna give advice, but we're gonna talk
True.
about
We
it.
are going to talk about it. We're going to share our own personal experience.
Right.
And I know I'm not the only one in these experiences.
Right.
I cannot be the only one feeling like this.
Yes, so then people can relate. Like,
For sure.
yes, girl.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can share something that's helpful.
Yes.
Okay?
For myself.
Help me.
Help us together. Help me.
So as always, I have some questions down. Jocelyn is going to... Okay. So as always, I have some... Oh, okay. You don't like my voice? Lip rose?
Maybe I should give her.
There we go. Ready, go.
Number 5.
5. Do you know anything about investing?
Oh my gosh. My husband gonna watch this because he's gonna be this morning. I am starting to learn. My husband told me a couple years ago about these 2 great apps. Stash, the Stash app, which basically it sets it up to have ETFs, which are basically companies that have bonded together to that you can like publicly buy, I guess.
Okay.
So like one of the ETFs that I'm invested in, it has like Amazon, Microsoft, so it's not just, it's like a number of companies, a group of companies. And so Stash app is a really great one. You put your money in there and then you pick different ETFs that you want to invest in. And then Acorns app is another one that's great.
Like Marco has Acorns.
Yeah. And so one of the great things about that is that they give you like cash back that you can either use, like put it in directly into your bank account. They have the Roundup program. If you spend 30 cents and you want to round up to the 70 cents to make $1, they'll give you that money. You can invest or your personal. So my husband is really big now. He's talking to me about options. And
like
calls and puts. Yeah, like options for buying a stock. So, you know, long term. So short term goal, you like, oh, so this option right now is super simple math. So 10 cents a share, you know, or $1 a share, you want to buy 50. That's $50. So right now they're $1. But I can put in an option to say that in 2022, if it's Apple, I know Apple's going to be more than $1. So I'm going to still purchase at $1.50, knowing that it's going to go up. Because by 2022, Apple is going to be more than $1.50. It's going to be $16.
Right.
So I'm going to buy all these shares at $1.50 for 2022. And when it gets close to that time, I can cash out because I know I'm going to get my money because the company is going to profit.
Burns always like,
I know. And so he's into that heavy. And so I am slowly learning about that through him. He does these Money Market Mondays with this guy named Mark who was just dropping these gems and jewels on like which stocks to do, you know, and then he has Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays are like his like meeting days, and he calls it studying. So I am very fortunate that is his thing, and eventually it's going to be our thing as well. So.
So I mean, I know of investing, and from the many of podcasts I've listened to, or even just heard people talking about, like, I've heard about investing in stocks and stuff. My only headache, I guess, comes from, like, which one do I do and when am I supposed to do?
When am I supposed to? Yeah.
And how do I know when to do? So, like you, my husband's the one that he's like really trying to get into and understand. Like I said, he has Acorn and things like that. So, and he's always telling me to get it, which I could have got it by now. Now I can't, but
Back in the day.
So yeah, I just need to get better at it, the investing, or at least finding something that works for me, and then just sticking with that. Now I do know about investing in yourself.
Oh yes, girl, that's a huge investment.
I'm all about that, or investing in one's own business.
Yes. Yeah.
Type of stuff, investing time into whatever. So that part, like, I'm big on, especially entrepreneurs, or if you want to start a business or whatever.
Right.
Do it.
Let's invest in that.
And
let's put some
invest in that.
Yeah. Right.
So,
you know, I think that's the things that schools should be teaching. You know what I mean? Not like elementary school. Yeah, we're about to learn about stocks, options, puts, and calls. You know, no. But just like the whole, you know, taxes and just investment, how to save your money. Period. Credit cards.
I didn't learn
about that.
I learned about like IRAs and stuff, and I think my senior year in high school.
See, I learned about that when I got my first job, and they were like, "Do you want me to take money out of your account for your retirement?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to keep all my money." And then, you know,
how much money
when you become wiser, you're like, "Ooh, about that. Yes, take it out." You know,
yes, I don't see it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I remember it was like, I think my senior year, maybe junior year in high school, and it was like a math economics or economics class or something like that. And the teacher was like, get a Roth IRA.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Roth IRA. I remember that one thing.
403B, and
I remember that one thing. Like, all right, that's
it. And done. See, I'm an investor.
Like, I had it, but then, like, you know. Yeah.
Right, life.
All right, what was that? 5. Next question. Go.
Number 3.
3. What do you spend most of your money on?
Now it is on the baby and food. The baby and food.
Yes.
Food for sure. And not food like fast food, but
yes.
Instacart. It's kind of like my guilty pleasure because it's shopping. But it's necessary to add it all to the cart.
Yes.
You know? So definitely the baby and food, you know. Oh my gosh, there's so many great things for her. Like on Amazon, like I can get 8 onesies for $14. Let me get $50 worth. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's insane. Then Amazon just in itself is like.
No, I would agree with you with the food. Not necessarily going out all the time, but like groceries. Oh my god.
And you have 2 kids, and it's just me and Ernie.
Yeah.
And imagine and she greedy like a mama, so I already know it's gonna be a crazy bill.
Yeah, I would say food is the most we spend on. We used to be able to go like once every couple weeks, or you know, when the kids were little and it was just Marco and I, but now it's like, we go grocery Friday, by the next Friday it's like, all right.
It's like we gotta grocery shopping again. And I just had this conversation with Ernie. I was like, he's like, didn't we just buy Instacart? You know, we're spending like $200, you know what I mean, at a time. And it's like, yeah, but we eat that food. So like if I buy 2 cucumbers, those cucumbers are gone in 7 minutes, you know, or like a thing of grapes or a thing of strawberries or, you know, some fruit, you know, it's all those things that's.
Yeah, and I've tried to get into like the couponing and stuff, because there's been times I'm like, all right, like this is expensive. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out like where I just can't get into the actual couponing. I know there's stuff like on the apps and like little coupons and stuff like that.
Apps that if you like scan your receipts, they'll give you cash back if you buy certain items. I just watched that. I just read an article about that the other day, actually. You know, during this whole COVID, they're saying that you know 6 ways you can make illegal money and make bucks. You know, and it's by stuff like basically couponing and scanning in apps and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, food. Guilty pleasure for me that I spend money on. I don't really
used to be alcohol for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And Ernie and I have said that, like, we can go out on a Friday night, Saturday night, and spend hundreds of dollars on food and drinking. You know what I mean? Like that. Like a night out is easy $200. Like, and we get home like, what did we? And you know what? That's another thing he says with investing. He's like, you can spend $200 and you'll never get that back. You can take that same $200, put it in, you can triple, double, quadruple, you know, get 200% return on it, you know? So,
yeah, I was gonna say,
so alcohol, but not anymore.
I don't really think I have I want to spend money on things.
Girl.
Like like clothes and like makeup and stuff like that, or even just fun accessories or whatever. But I don't.
COVID.
There's one thing
COVID?
Oh yeah, because I don't have a job.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So you gotta be smarter. Or even too, like with kids and stuff, it's like, let me get them something, or let me get something else for the house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll just kind of get myself a little something, but then
mainly,
like, all right, give me some little sandals, but I want to get the kids this.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be like the shopping side of it. So.
Right.
But if I had, when I have,
yes, when you have, absolutely.
When I have money to blow, what's the next one? Like
money to blow. Is that Drake? Is that old Drake?
I think so.
Okay.
But anyway, when I have it, home decor stuff.
Yes.
Remodeling.
Man, Hobby Lobby before COVID. I haven't been in a Hobby Lobby in probably once since this whole pandemic over the past 6-7 months. But man, I will go in there and it's like, oh, you know, when you walk in.
But that and like
at home is a good story.
Yeah. But even like I'm going to get into like properties and like buying and like real estate and stuff. So that's when I get the big bucks, but like being able to be like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. Yeah. I'm gonna go buy that house. I'm gonna go buy that. You know.
I'm gonna get that.
You know,
by the way, let me write this check. Let me drop this check for
okay, gotcha.
$125.
Okay, what was next?
All right, number one.
Number one. Do you like handling money? Like, do you like, I guess, the responsibility of like?
I like spending it. Right. Duh. But I know my strengths and my weaknesses, and I am more than happy to let my husband take care of that aspect. And some of the things he said, he's like, I'm glad that you trust me, but I need you to know, you know what I mean, to kind of with the whole investment thing, like
you take it
exactly, no, you know. So I don't really trust myself. I'm now getting to the point, you know, I had some situations in my past that kind of led to my poor spending, poor saving habits, lack thereof. I used to tell my mom, like, Mom, I'm trying this new French thing, savenges, you know, or Spanish thing, and it's like savings, savenge, because it was very foreign to me. So now, savings, exactly. So I know my limits, and I know that is not my strong suit yet. Growth mindset, the power of yet, but it will be. Especially with my daughter, you know, I have to set a better example for her, for sure.
Do I like handling in the relationship? I don't mind it.
I like making plans for how we're going to spend the money.
Yes.
Which comes back to
I feel like
money.
I may know how to, maybe if I have a certain amount of money and I need to get some things done, all right, I know how to.
Oh, divvy it up and know how to stretch the money.
Yes.
Which means you know how to spend it well.
Yes.
Yep. Goes back to spending it.
And I think that comes from growing up not having a lot of money.
Right.
So it's like, we got $200 and we need to get some groceries and get da-da-da, and you need to get this for school and this and this. All right, let's figure out how to make this happen.
Right.
So I can make a dollar stretch.
Yeah.
So I think I can handle that. I like being like, here's the budget. All right, I'll come back.
Me too. Me too.
Oh, Mark and I always joke about that because, like, going to the grocery store, I'm like, we got $200? Okay. Come back with bags of groceries. Mm-hmm. And Mark will come back.
Yeah.
Mark will come back with a bag.
A Slim Jim. A Slim Jim and a Gatorade.
For $60. You could have got, oh my God. But he's gotten better, so every time he'll do something like, he'd be like, yeah, look what I got.
Look what I did. Good job, boo. Good job.
Good job. So that, yeah. I used to work at a bank. Handle money.
Oh, really?
I was a teller.
A teller? Wow. Is that as not hard, but you know what I mean? Is that difficult?
Stress-wise of like
making sure that all the money is correct.
And then like you balance your drawer at the end and you're like, I'm short $100. And it's so funny because sometimes, unless you're doing some shady stuff, you don't even like. I counted it back. Why is it? Why am I off $5? You know, whatever. And it could just be a miscount or some bills got stuck together. But just the stress of like, especially if somebody takes a lot of money out or just handling.
I can only deal with the customers $50 and less. Okay, get in that line. The broke line is right here.
Like, oh, yeah, it's there. So there is some stress into it, but I actually enjoy the.
Yeah,
it was fun, like the money and
feeling like that.
I don't know what it was.
To work in a bank, I feel like that's a really like prestigious job, and you get to dress cute, and you get to sit there, and you see every kind of people.
Yeah, I mean there are some fun things about it. It is, but it's like any other job. It's like stressful.
Yeah.
Depending on what branch you work in. Okay. What bank you work for.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Next question.
Let's do number 4.
4. Okay. Any suggestions?
Wait, what is this episode about? No. Next.
Okay, best tip for saving. Any app suggestions?
Is this a joke? No, I'm just kidding. Definitely Stash app. STASH. It is a blue app with a $sign. Pink. Remember that? It was a question mark because are we saving? Question. Stash app, Acorns, and then there's this new investing app that my husband's getting me into called Robinhood, which is Robinhood. It's pretty great. That's where we're doing our investing now, and I recommend having. And I'm using those as those apps. I have, different kind of little pots. I'm using those. For me personally, it is my savings. Because it's really hard to get money out of those apps. Because what I would do is I would have my checking account and my savings, and I would just switch back and forth. And, my husband even just had to tell me even a couple months ago, he's like, you don't take out money from your savings to do this. Like, that defeats the point of savings, I'm like, but if I want to go on this trip right quick, all I gotta do is just, he's like, no.
You don't got the money. But I got it right
Exactly. But I'm literally looking at it. No, you're not. Yes, I am. So tips, suggestions for savings, Stash, Acorn, Robinhood. Those are investing apps that you can use like savings, and you can potentially, come up on some money. What do you think?
I would say definitely have an account if you don't have any, investment or app. Stocks.
Yeah.
If you don't have
still going on.
If you
Wait
don't
till you get a withdrawal.
If you don't have any of that, shut up. I'm just got a baby here, it's fine. If you don't have any of that, having a separate account that you cannot touch, or you just have money going to that you don't look at.
That you don't look at, yeah.
Because we have an account that money goes to. She said, what? Savings.
Like her mama. Okay, I need you to be like your daddy. I need you to be like your daddy, please.
But I was gonna say, we have a separate account where it's maybe harder to get money out of, or that we just don't see. So when we do see it, it's like, oh,
okay, what's up?
Or if there's something we need to get that is worth, okay, we got to pull from that to whatever car problems or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But just having something that you don't look at or having it taken out of your check automatically. Don't even show it to me. Right. Yeah. Okay. And last question. What's your financial story growing up? Give me some points.
My financial story,
I
didn't realize
you are.
You know
what I mean? Like, that made you think it was cool to spend money. I don't know. Whatever your problem.
I think my story. Gosh, your little face. I think growing up, I didn't really realize we were broke. We were middle class, but there was a lot of financial situations that my parents were in that I didn't realize. We just didn't have it like that until I went to college. And so my mom and my dad were very great they really didn't tell me no to financial questions, the things that I had. Like, I was in cheerleading, I was in, you know what I mean? Like, there were so many different activities that I did, and money was just there. And then I got to college, and I was like, Ma, can I get some money, Ma? And she's like, what? No, boo, you can't. But, I definitely took advantage of the fact that our accounts were joint linked. and I was not very disciplined. And my mom, being the great mom that she is, without really telling me no,
Yeah.
definitely, you know, kind of, I just went and got and just took and took and
So
took
you're
and
used
took
to
and
just
took and
having
took.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Until
Not knowing what going on behind the scenes.
right, exactly.
Like it,
And
yeah.
so that definitely led to me not really balancing. But I would see my mom balance her checkbook, literally sit with the checkbook
Yeah.
and bills and like balance and write and balance and write. And I had my own checkbook and I thought it was so cool, but I ended up like drawing in it, you know? So yeah,
Signing your name.
right. But it wasn't until college that, you know, I was definitely like that broke college student.
Yeah.
You know, like ramen noodles all 17 years of college. Yep, you know? But
Yeah.
broke is relative though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I'll say mine was more of a not having a lot, so trying to make whatever stretch and making it stretch, but also kind of like living in the moment type of thing.
Right.
Not necessarily going and splurging, but like, hey, we got some money, like let's go do some stuff because we've
Yep.
struggled for a while.
Immediate
Struggle. Seem to get some money.
celebration.
Let's go eat. Okay, let's just go get some food, you
Yeah.
know, whatever. Like that was the thing. Get some outfits or, you know, whatever. So not having anything, so when you did have some,
You didn't know what to do with it. Or you were just so excited to have it.
or like let's stock up because we're not gonna have it again.
Oh, okay. See, I thought I was getting something else from that. I was getting like what America does now, right? Like with these people getting these unemployment checks. You know, it's not the stock up. It's the I'm about to go ball because maybe I've never had the chance to ball before. Ball out of control. You know.
No, it
So
was
that's
more of like
that's good.
it's not gonna last forever.
So let's make the
We get
let's make the most of it.
a stack of money. Let's make it most of it, and then
Wow.
we'll stretch into
That's
the
great.
next time.
That's great.
Yeah,
Super
but then
helpful.
it also but that didn't make me think of like
saving putting
it.
something away. Yeah.
So it's like, no, dude, we got it now.
Use it.
I'm just gonna buy this.
I'm just gonna buy this forever.
Buy this and buy this.
And I'm about to buy it all.
Right. So that's kind of where I came up with that story. So like I tried to do the right thing out of high school, like, all right, I'm gonna get my IRA, make sure I got job benefits, blah blah blah. I did it.
You did it, girl.
And then some life stuff
We're
happened,
doing
and
it.
I'm like,
And then
I
like
got married, and then you know roles changed, and
Yeah.
so now. But I'm learning also to like pay things off.
Yes, for sure. Debt is a boo.
Because my story growing up was give them some, give them a little bit, pay the minimum or whatever. But like, you get a whole check and pay something off? No.
No.
Give them a
Not
little
doing
bit
that.
and then keep it.
And see, my husband is very much the opposite. He's like, man, give the people their money. Give them their money. He did always say, pay yourself first. So like, pay yourself first. Not meaning in my mind, I'm like, oh, Shabbos free. He's like, no. Pay yourself first, meaning put some in your savings account. You know, take 10%, 15%, 20% of your whole entire whatever, put it away,
Right.
and then do, you know, what you can. But he's always been like, give the people their money. And I'm like, well, can I actually wait a little bit and sit to the side and, you know, kind
Maybe
of
someone come up.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But okay. Well, that was our episode on finances. Maybe, just maybe, we'll have an episode with the fellas and they can elaborate more if you guys are interested in that.
Let us know, yeah.
You know, we can let them talk and I'll just be like,
Okay. I'm
Just 'cause-
overeating or maybe drinking wine.
just because it's not my thing, but I know it's important. So.
It is super important.
Other than that, that is another episode of the Yellow Butterfly podcast. Continue to follow and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time. Oh, thank you, Jocelyn. You're welcome. I was just I want to thank Jocelyn for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Yes. Until next time. Bye.